Hello, hello. Welcome to live stream number 2. Still haven't figured out a name for this thing, but essentially it's the Chris Building in Public. And this is the second live stream out of the first 10. Again, I've mentioned in the past, the goal is to get to 10, and then from there, ideally keep it up. But if I just get to 10 and for some reason I slip off, that is okay. But essentially, this week is going to be some updates, some changes, some progress. So, what I have planned for today is to just kind of recap what I achieved and didn't achieve last week. There's a lot more on the I didn't achieve list than the I did achieve list. Then explain the reason for leading all in on LinkedIn for the ads platform for running ads. And then the co-working part is me going to be me going into LinkedIn's ad campaign manager, setting up an ad, also recording a video. So I'll be using my phone to record record a video live on stream. And then if time permits, if I make it all of this done under the hour, I'll also go over showing and sharing how I'm using Claude and their new feature called Claude Skills to help me edit and find the short snippets and nuggets from last week's live stream. And it's a very simple workflow. Like I'll give you the workflow real simple. Take the transcript, plug it into Claude. It gives you the timestamp of when to pull things out, and I'm able to edit. So that's the plan for this week's live stream. For those watching live, thank you for being here. For those who are watching the replay, I thank you a lot because you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me. Ha ha. Sweet. So now again, if you're new to this and if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on not Facebook, Facebook can't do comments, but if you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on LinkedIn, at any point you hop in, feel free to leave a comment, say hi, say what's up, say I love what you're doing, say I hate what you're doing, say I wish you best of luck, say I hope you break a leg, or just say I hope you all the monies in the world so that, your business flourishes and whatever comes from that can come from that. But just pass by, don't be a stranger, say hi, say hello. If you're on Facebook and you want to see this on YouTube, just go to Chris. Let me just put the YouTube in the chat. I got that functionality. So let me pull that up, put the link in. This is a new feature I'm testing live. So now I'm going to put a banner and I'll put this up for 10 seconds. Let's do that. So now when I show, boom. So if you're watching this on Facebook, hop into YouTube, plug that in and start following there and comment and say hello. All right, so now I'm going to dive right into things. So essentially last week I was sick, which is very unfortunate. I've been trying to fight this cold for a long time, but they got the best of me. And then I had this decision to make of, do I keep working and getting the things I said I was going to get done this week and risk prolonging the cold, essentially the weakness? I got the weakness. It's the worst feeling in the world. Or do I just take the time to rest and recover so that I could come back next week and bounce back a whole lot stronger? I went for the latter because health is crucial, health is important. So I decided to take a rest, didn't do any work after the 9 to 5. So the second I logged off, it was rest, recover, spend time with the family, visited a doctor, visited a naturopath, got an IV treatment, which was great and helpful. Those glutathiones are super beneficial for helping me recover and rebound back. And now I'm just keeping things up with the ginger, the lemon, the tea. Got some good stuff right here to keep sipping. And that's essentially why I achieved pretty much almost nothing from last week. So we're talking about what I got done, didn't get done last week. Last week, there was no posting on LinkedIn. I didn't get any of that done. And I also didn't get to engage on other people's posts. Because for those of you that don't know, posting and spraying just isn't going to cut it. You got to post. You got to engage on other people's things. You got to like and comment. And not like the nasty, lazy AI comments. You got to go out there and give actually thought-provoking comments. Because that's what LinkedIn wants. It really just wants you to post and engage and not have a platform that turns into like Twitter or Facebook or that's pretty much it. Well, X or Facebook, and we're like, it's just a bunch of spam going around. It wants actual humans to engage. So I didn't get to achieve any of those two things. The other thing I didn't get to do was make new connections. So the whole goal is to connect people on LinkedIn, click that follow, click that connect, leave a message, cross my fingers, hope they accept. I got none of that done. Other things I didn't get done, starting off as negative Nancy, but it's going to taper off into something good. The other thing I didn't get done was creating any ad graphics or creating that video ad yet. I really want to get a jump on creating one of those video ads off my phone and the teleprompter here to kind of show you guys what a finished product looks like. I didn't get time to do that. So in this co-working session towards the later half of the stream, I'll be recording live on air. Live on air how I'm recording the video ad that I'll be posting on LinkedIn. Now, things I did achieve this week, which, considering how sick, a win's a win, no matter how it comes, is I was able I was able to set up the LinkedIn Ad Manager and also set up the pixel onto the website. And I'm going to double check to make sure the pixel is still running. So I'll show you guys that live as well. And then the other thing I was also able to work on this week was editing and tweaking the video script. It sounded a bit too corporate at first, and I really prefer to have something that sounds more like you're talking to a friend, talking to a human. Although people are on LinkedIn, it's a professional platform. It doesn't mean you need to be as dry as white toast and plain chicken breast and white rice. You're allowed to add flavor. You're allowed to add some seasoning. You know, you could put some cumin, some paprika, get some curry powder coming in. Just kind of mix things up a bit. And that's the whole goal of when we're doing this stuff with creating content. I'm doing vid, I'm trying to add some life and personality. Whether you're writing a text post, you want to add life, personality, show a bit of who you are. Because if we're all honest, all the posts that people are doing with just AI and just kind of copy pasting everybody else, it all just looks the same. It's a sea of sameness, and people get bored and dull, and people want to be excited and see something new and fresh. So the whole goal is to tweak it a bit so it sounds more like it's coming from me and not just me going through layers of corporate like I'm working in a mega corporation. So now, in getting all of that done, one of the things I was contemplating was whether do I just do LinkedIn ads only? Do I do LinkedIn and Facebook? Do I kind of go with both? And in last week's live stream, I looked at A2 Media. They're only doing LinkedIn ads. Not that many ads, to be honest, but they're only doing LinkedIn ads. I didn't find any of their ads on Facebook using the ads library. And also, when I was starting to think about it, the original thought was to get LinkedIn ads to kind of meet my audience where they're at, when they're on the platform, they're thinking about themselves, they're thinking about connecting, thinking about building relationships with other people. So I want to show up when they're there. And the other goal is to show up also on Facebook and Instagram. Because let's be honest, everybody on LinkedIn is also on Facebook, on Instagram. So the whole goal is kind of have more of an omnipresence approach and not just be showing up in one place. So they could see me on LinkedIn. And then when they're in the afternoon scrolling, or they're waiting at the elevator, or they're sitting at the doctor's office waiting their turn, and they're scrolling through Instagram and Facebook, I want to pop up there as well. But reality came to hit. One, budget is limited. Two, I don't want to start things off doing everything at once. So I will save Facebook for a future idea, for a future experiment, and focus just on LinkedIn now. And the interesting thing is, when I came across that and I came to that finalization just about 2 days ago or a day ago, I was on Instagram and I saw an ad of people I wouldn't say are my competitors. I would say they're adjacent to where these were definitely videographers first that were running ads to help local businesses get more video content, to help boost their sales and so forth. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. I saw it, I liked it, I thought it was great. And for a moment, I'm like, oh man, are these guys my competitors? Is this going to be tight? Is this going to work? But it just confirmed that for me, running ads on Facebook isn't the smartest first step. So let me just change the screen here. So here is, I can't see the guy's name from the size of my screen, but I'll just kind of maximize my window here. So we got Nima Dadman. So essentially he goes, hey, Lower Mainland, I need a favor. I'm looking for 5 established business owners to beta test our new done-for-you video service, where we create 3 months worth of content in just 2 days. This isn't for startups, so I like that he's also saying who it's not for. That is crucial. It's for business owners who are already generating revenue and are looking to scale their visibility and brand presence. Obviously, for generating revenue, you want someone who's able to pay money for your services. That makes perfect sense. Here's the catch. All I ask is for a short testimonial after the project, sharing how we did, plus feedback to help us improve. In return, you'll get 50% off the full package. If you're ready to scale your brand, tap the link below and learn more. So that's one person. And then, when it comes to Instagram, you click on one ad, you're going to start getting more and more of the same stuff over and over again. So then from there, I got another ad wrong screen, for this one here from Daniel Isles. And he goes, I'm looking for 5 businesses to drive millions of views and new clients. So similar intro. So I'm like, these guys definitely took a mastermind or took a course or probably just read the Alex Hormozi book and are following that script. If it works, it works. We'll get you 1 million views or you don't pay. A little bit of a sketch of a metric. If you're trying to generate revenue, 1 million views, you could pay for them and it is what it is, but I'm not here to judge a business. Here's how it works. We build a strategy tailored to your niche. Nice. You film for 1 to 2 hours a month. Our team handles editing, posting, and distribution. This is the same system that made us $100,000 a month profit. If you want results like that, click the link below. So again, they got a system, they got a framework, they're going with it. But when I looked at that, I'm like, for a moment, I was nervous. I'm like, man, is this a place I want to be competing in with these guys that are offering something that seems to be more of a done for you service, where the service I'm offering has a bit more lift on their side, where they need to show up continually every month, be ready to speak on camera. So I got to eventually train them to get over the camera shyness, train them how to slow down their speech. I definitely talk fast. I'm talking fast now. So it's a reminder for myself to slow down my speech and to help them coach them also at the same time when I'm on them with the calls and doing a guided interview, allowing them the time to breathe and reframe what they just said. So there's not this need to chase performance and being perfect right off the bat. The whole goal is coach them so that by month 3, month 4, and 5 and 6, they're much more seasoned, they're much more experienced, and they're coming in, landing in the video calls, the guided interviews on the first take without much need for repeats and recuts. So seeing these guys, and I'm like, it seems a little good. Seems like it may or may not work for me, but then I realized they're in a complete different niche. What these gentlemen look like they're running is they were videographers first, and they found another way to expand their business by the understanding that all platforms are needing video, are wanting video, from LinkedIn to Instagram to Facebook to all the platforms. They're heavily pushing on video. If these guys have a skill of, look, they may have been videography courses, they may have been photographers that transferred over, and I like what they're doing because they found a pivot that is still within their lane and they're tapping on different pain points for businesses. So I saw that, and that just more confirmed on my behalf that LinkedIn's where I need to get started with running my ads and not worry about Facebook at this point in time. So those were two ads I saw that was interesting. To me. And when I think of things, is I'm coming from so they came from the side of being videographers or photographers first. I'm coming from doing this business from being a marketer and a content creator first. So the lens I'm coming from is being a marketer with a mile deep of information in how search engines work and how to perform on search engines. And then being a content creator, someone who's learning storytelling, learning engagement, learning how to narrate and just kind of be a bit more lively in a video. Because again, as a content creator, you need to be engaging, you need to get people hooked in, you need to build that relationship, that power social relationship. So I'm hoping the more you see my face, the more you feel like you know me. And maybe, who knows, you'll stop me in the street. When I get to the point where people can stop me in the street one day, I'm not sure if that's the most exciting thing to get to, but the whole goal is the skills I built here, I want to put on and share with people that need to be elevating their brand. Because if you're in a space where it's quite competitive, whether it's B2B or you're in particular B2C, and it all comes down to relationships that are built. If you may have had relationships that are built for 10, 15 years, but it's great, but now you need to get the new school, the new blood coming in, and they don't know you. So a great way to showcase who you are is going to be through video. And if I could help take the skills I've learned through being a content creator to help speed run their experience so they're not having to go through the same trials and tribulations and struggles, all for it. So again, the business I'm doing, the business they're doing, vastly different, but we're definitely adjacent in where we realize we need to leverage video to help businesses such as yourself, to help businesses such as yourself generate more revenue, generate more leads, and also build your brand, build your presence across the internet. So that covers, oh man, I sped run through that. That went much faster than I expected. I had like a note where like it would take me 20 minutes to explain all this, but I just knocked that out in like 13, 12 minutes. So I think, you know what, I'm just gonna dive right into the co-working session. So I'm gonna dive right into Act 2, which I call the co-working session. So what I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show you what I have set up. So the goals I wanna get done is record a video on my phone for the app. That's definitely the first step. So I'm gonna show you guys the script of that. I'm gonna read the script out loud once, kind of go through a soft run, then record the whole thing. Then I'm gonna set up the ad manager, get the first campaign set up, upload the video footage, hopefully the format and everything works. And then also want to show you guys, since I'm speed running through this, show you guys how I've taken the content from last week's live stream, the entire transcript, and turning that into shorts. So I'm gonna go to this screen here. Sweet. So I got that here. So first things first is I want to get the ad copy. I want to get the ad recorded. So I have here several variations of of ads, but the one I want to use is LinkedIn ad variation 2. So this is gonna be the post copy. Excuse me, I can take a little sip here. So the one video I'm gonna record is this script here. So I got a little note where eye on camera, lean in with the hot take energy. So I'll do a soft read. Hot take. You don't need to spend 10 hours a week on content to build authority in your space. Here's the actual math: 1 hour a month creating content, 1 hour a week engaging with your audience. That's 5 hours a month total. Here's how that works. Every month, my team researches the exact questions your target audience is asking, the real stuff, not the generic topics. We hop on one guided video call a month. I pull out your best insights, your real takes, your opinions, your thoughts on things, and the stuff that people want to hear from you. From that single call, we produce blog posts, newsletter copy, and social media content, and long form and short form video for your team to repost on all social platforms. So your team just has to schedule the posts. You spend 30 minutes twice a week engaging, commenting, replying, and being present. That's the whole system. Consistent content, real authority without becoming a full-time content creator. I recorded a 5-minute video that breaks down every piece of this. No call to book, no pitch. Drop a comment below or click the link and I'll send it over to you. That sounds good. That sounds simple, straight to the point. I did add a few ad libs. I may cut that out because I do want to try to see if I can get this video as short as possible. From what I read, LinkedIn mentions if the videos are under 30 seconds, they seem to get a bit more engagement and get more reach. And I want to get maximum reach. So now I'm going to take this script. Let me highlight this. I'm going to copy. So now how I'm going to do this, I'm going to use a tool called PromptSmart. So I like PromptSmart because it's one of those tools that allows me, let me just create this. So PromptSmart is a tool where you could put your script, like I'm doing here, paste it in, and then through your phone, you could then record yourself reading from the front-facing camera, and you could scroll through, and it'll have the overlay of the text like a teleprompter. So let's edit the script. Let me paste this in here. So one tip for anybody who's going to be doing reading from their phone with transcripts is you don't want these super long sentences because it breaks down the rhythm that you're going to have talking. So what I've learned is every end of a bullet or a comma is where I want to put a new line. So that just one helps me also with breathing, helps me with taking time to emphasize things and know when things are going to be a long sentence and when things are not going to be a long sentence. So sometimes you got a longer sentence you want to read through and there's like a inflection that comes towards the later half. You want to make sure you have enough oxygen in your lungs to get that through and get that done. So let me add a comment here and then boom, 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 no calls, no pitch. Drop a comment. Okay, let me just review this one more time. You know what? Let me zoom in so you could see what's happening here. So here's the actual math, and let me see if I can move my head to the other side. No, okay. I can't move my head. It is what it is. So here, all the lines are looking good. You're only 10 hours a week. That I'll test out to see how long that looks. Your target audience is asking. I almost missed that one. Your real takes, the stuff, and then, yes, this is where I forgot. We produce your videos, blog post, newsletter copy, and your social media copy. Content, not copy. Copy, not content. And then done. Your team schedules the post. You spend 30 minutes twice a week engaging, commenting, replying, and being present. That's the whole system. Let me put a space. So here, great. Okay, so that looks good. Save. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my phone. Let me kind of bring this to the big screen here. Okay, so I'm going to open my phone, find the script. So let me log back into PromptSmart. So everything pulls in. So the app on your phone, Looks very, yeah, that's not working. That's not working. It's a very simple, easy to use app on your phone, straightforward. And the reason I like PromptSmart is the content from, it's able to, I gotta put it in my password manager. It's able to just have things synced in the cloud. So that's the thing I like a lot, is I didn't want one where the content on the phone was one thing, the content somewhere else was another thing. It just became too much of a hassle. So now, great, here I got my ad, copy. So I got the phone. So now I'm just gonna connect the mic to this as well. So the audio quality becomes great. And as much as the mic I'm using here I'd like to use, it's already connected. So what I got is a Boya Magic Mic, which is pretty neat. It's I got it off of Kickstarter a long time ago. Almost forgot I ordered it, and then it came in the house. So what's great is I just pull this thing out. There's like two little mini mics and one big mic, and I just need to clip that to my shirt. And then there's a small receiver at the bottom where I just connect that to the bottom of the phone. So I got the blue lights. So that mic should be set up. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to record this live right now in front of you, what this looks like, to just give you guys an idea of how simple, how easy this is. And I'll do it facing the camera. So like I'm looking at this camera, but at least you can see my face looking at things. So now I'm just going to press the play button. And then record. Hot take. You don't need to spend 10 hours a week on content to build authority in your space. Here's the actual math. 1 hour a month creating content, 1 hour a week engaging with your audience. That's 5 hours a month total. Here's how that works. Every month, my team researches the exact questions your target is asking, and I mean the real stuff, not generic topics. We hop on one video call. I pull out your best insights, your real takes, the stuff people want to hear from you. From that single call, we produce your videos, blog posts, your newsletter copy, and your social media copy. Done. Your team schedules the posts. You spend 30 minutes twice a week engaging, commenting, replying, and being present. That's the whole system. Consistent content, real authority, without becoming a full-time content creator. I recorded a 5-minute video that breaks down every piece of this. No call to book, no pitch. Drop a comment below or click the link and I'll send it right over. Sweet. So now I save the recording. So now I'm going to show you how that editing works. So that all got done on the phone. You can't see my screen. I don't know why I keep showing it, but all that got recorded on the phone. I did make some errors, and that's where you're going to see the beauty of the video editing tool I'm using, that I'm able to cut those out seamlessly, easily, just like editing a Word document. The whole thing about doing all this is you want to make life easy. You don't want to make life hard for yourself. So there's new technology out there that makes this a whole lot easier for you and for everybody. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. Let me press pause. Let me get the share button. So I'm just going to open an app real quick. So I'm using this app called LocalSend because I got an Android phone, but this is a Mac laptop. So I'm going to send over a video that's about almost 150 megs in size, I think here. So I'm just going to transfer that over, LocalSend. And then I'm going to show you exactly, I'm going to jump right into the editing tool and I'll show you how I get that done. So for anybody who's edited videos or doing editing of talking head videos, Descript is the tool of choice. It's just easy. They're great at what they're doing. They're the pros at transcript-based video editing. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to pull the receiver out, put that back in, take the mic off my collar here, and place that back into its case. Great. So now I just finished recording the first video ad I want to use for LinkedIn. Again, use my cell phone and a little wireless microphone. I transfer that video to the laptop. So now I'm going to dive into Descript. I'm going to show you how I'm going to edit that video to kind of chop it down, remove some of the mistakes I've made. You're human. You're going to make mistakes while editing. I'm doing live streams. I made a ton of mistakes, and it's just so it just is what it is. So again, if you're following and you just started watching this live, leave a comment below. I'll definitely put that up. Say hello. Don't be shy. Don't be a stranger. So now I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to open Descript. And I'm going to bring Descript down to here. Okay, so this is the live stream from last week. So I'm going to go back to here, create a new project. Oh, you shot me there topless. If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you didn't, so be it. LinkedIn ad for EIS 001. So that's going to be the first ad. So I'm going to click to upload a file. Yeah, so the file was about 171 megabytes. So that's going to open up in vertical format. So again, if you've never used Descript, it's pretty dope, pretty simple. It transcribes the entire video. And then instead of like scrubbing through a timeline, looking for the pauses, using the wave lines to figure out where the pauses are, and then trying to find the exact moment when your mouth moves to say a word to kind of cut the repeated cuts that you've done, I just need to look at the transcript, press delete, and it's gone. Easy as that. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so here is the video. Am I sharing audio? Let me share audio here so you could hear for a second what's happening. Let me bring this down, and I'm going to get my earbuds in because I don't think I could hear the audio through there. I hope it doesn't come through loud. So this is it. Hot take. You don't need to spend 10 hours a week on content to build authority in your space. Here's the actual math. 1 hour a month creating content, 1 hour a week engaging with your audience. That's 5 hours a month total. Here's how that works. Every month, my team researches the exact questions your target is asking, and I mean the real stuff, not generic topics. We hop on. So there's a slight little like glitch, I could say. I'm gonna leave it in there because it sounds more authentic, sounds more human. Like a lot of people want to do these ads where it's super polished, super professional. The lighting's granted, I got a light thing here too, but the lighting's perfect, the background's perfect. But let's just record an honest video because like when you're going through videos and ads, and when you're scrolling through social media and you're seeing ads, if everything looks perfect, it glazes over you. You're not catching on to it. But if you could create something that looks like an authentic post on the feed, that's going to capture more people's attention, and they may watch the video and only realize at the end that that is an actual ad, provided they didn't see the sponsored or the sponsorship at the very top of the post. So I'm going to leave that error in there. In one video call, I pull out your best insights, your real takes, the stuff people want to hear from you. From that single call, we produce your videos, blog posts, your newsletter copy, and your social media copy. Done. Your team schedules the post. You spend 30 minutes twice a week. Okay, so here is a mistake. So I like that I got the U. So I'm going to take all of this. And in Descript, you could just do this thing called ignore, where it strikes it out. Doesn't remove it from the full video yet, but this is a great way to kind of recap once you're done editing the video to see what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep. So now this is what it's going to sound like. Your team schedules the post. You spend 30 minutes twice a week engaging. So there is that jump cut that happens. Some people don't like it, but it's a 30 to, well, it's a 6-second ad. It doesn't matter. Like no one's going to go back and say, oh, I saw a jump cut, I'm going to stop watching. There's jump cuts everywhere. If you've watched Jason Bourne films, which is like the film that started off jump cut fight scenes and essentially ruined fight scenes in action films, you're going to be okay with one little jump cut scene. If you didn't know about Jason Bourne, there's a great video on YouTube. The guy breaks it down. That was the film that ruined action films from here on out for everybody. No longer are people doing the John Wick choreographed fight scenes and you're getting real martial artists or people with real martial arts skills doing things. You're getting a bunch of actors who aren't martial artists that are just doing a bunch of cutscenes. So a jump cut, not the end of the world. Let me get back on track. Commenting, replying, and being present. That's the whole system. Consistent content, real authority, without becoming a full-time content creator. I recorded a 5-minute video. Yep, so I'm going to take that as well. And I'm going to strike that out. Boom. So let's go that again. Content creator. I recorded a 5-minute video that breaks down every piece of this. No call to book, no pitch. Drop a comment below or click the link and I'll send it right over. Just that simple. Just that simple. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete the space at the end. That is not needed. I'm going to delete the space at the beginning. Other than that, things look good. The color looks kind of muted and faded. I'm not a pro, but let me try this out. I'm going to go to Properties, Effects, Color Adjustment. Let's adjust exposure. Let's get the contrast up. Do I want more highlights? And shadows. Okay, let's go with that. And do I want more? Let's add a bit more, slightly more color to the skin. And what temperature do I want? Oh no, that's way too cold. That's way too yellow. Can I reset this back to, I think it was 6600? Yeah, let's leave it at that. So this is good. I like this. It's straight to the point. So now I'm just going to export this video. So export resolution 1080p. I forget now. Do I have to edit this so that, yeah, it's going to stay vertical. Let me just confirm video, local export, current composition, quality high. Sweet. So I'm going to export that. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use actually, interestingly enough, a different tool to create two videos. One where I'm just going to get the subtitles, and one where I'm going to have the subtitles burnt in as well. Because again, not everybody watches a video ad with the words on the screen, with the audio on. So the goal here is to also have things for those who watch it in mute, who essentially watch it in mute, that they can still follow along as well. So now that video is exported. And I always forget the name of this app. I think it's Recut. Let me go to Setup. Where's my Setup folder? And the logo, VidCap. There we go. So I'm going to use VidCap. So now let's start a new project. Import video. LinkedIn ads. I'm doing English. Okay, so this is going to generate the subtitles. What I like about this as well is that this software adds them in a way that's a bit more engaging and colorful. Descript also has those options, but again, I guess for me, it's a tool I've used first and I've stuck with it. If you don't have it, you could just use Descript's option of transcripts, like I'll show you here. There is elements, no, captions. There we go. So I could pick like this style of caption, I'll just put it on. So I just need to adjust the size. Okay, maybe green on green is not the best thing. Let me go with yellow. So, you know what, let me just undo. And let's add the yellow. And font size. Let's go 115. So let's see what this does on this over here.
Take. You don't need to spend 10 hours a week on content to build authority.
So you know what, that's not so bad. Can I put a background? Yeah, let's go with this. A slightly grayish background with a bit less. Ah, that's on the word. Crap. Let me undo that. What I want is the background of the entire. Okay, I don't know where that is. I don't know it by heart here, but let me just go back to VidCut and stay on track. So here it's got purple.
Hot take. You don't need to spend 10 hours a week on content to build authority in your space. Here's the actual math. 1 hour a month creating content, 1 hour a week engaging with your audience. That's 5 hours a month total. Here's how that works. Every month, my team researches the exact questions your target is asking, and I mean the real stuff, not generic topics. We hop on one video call. I pull out your best insights, your real takes, the stuff people want to hear from you. From that single call, we produce your videos, blog posts, your newsletter copy, and your social media copy. Done. Your team schedules the post. You spend 30 minutes twice a week engaging, commenting, replying, and being present. That's the whole system. Consistent content, real authority, without becoming a full-time content creator. I recorded a 5-minute video that breaks down every piece of this. No call to book, no pitch. Drop a comment below or click the link and I'll send it right over.
I love it. That's great. It's easy. It's to the point. Everything stays consistent. So I'm just going to export that. So one, I'm going to export subtitles as an SRT file. That's the file you upload for video. So I'm assuming that's going to work for ads as well. I'm not 100% sure, but let's test it out. So that's that. And then I'm going to export the video. Great. So, you know, powerful laptop, things move a little bit faster. That's great. I would hate to have you here watching this for a long time. I'll call it hard caption because it's hard coded in. Sweet. So I got that done. So now I'm going to hop into LinkedIn Ad Campaign Manager. So again, that was real simple. I showed you how I recorded the video real fast on the fly. So now the business objective is misview all objectives. So it's definitely not going to be brand awareness at this stage. Websites visits, no. I don't just want clicks on a landing page. It's not something I want to focus on. I don't want to increase social engagement. Video views, it's not that. This is not like a video I'm posting on LinkedIn that I want everybody to watch. Now, the two that kind of got my attention, which I think are the right ones, is lead generation, and then there's website conversions. But the thing about lead generation, that's the type of ad where you click on it and the form pops up within LinkedIn where you put your name, your phone number, your email. And I think LinkedIn had set up to where it auto populates as well because it already has your information. Let me get these headphones off. And website conversion is where people go to the site, then they fill out the form. Now, I didn't set up a lead form in LinkedIn, so I'm not going to do the lead conversion option. I'm going to dive right in with website conversions. And a shout out to whoever's watching this on Facebook. If you like it, leave a comment. Greatly appreciate that. Unfortunately, I can't see the Facebook comments in the live stream. So if you want, you could definitely see this on YouTube. Let me put the banner up one more time. So if you want to see this on YouTube, leave a comment, say what up, say hi. Feel free to do that. Click on that, pop in and say hello. Great. So I'm going to select website conversions. And so one thing I forgot to check to make sure the LinkedIn Pixel is still running on the site. So let's get to the website. And on the right here, I got a Tag Explorer, great extension for anybody who's been doing ads or SEO. You should know this. And like I say, I got LinkedIn Insights. So LinkedIn's analytics tag is pulling through. I got the Facebook Pixel as well, so that when that time comes, I'm ready to have that. I'm ready to rock and roll and get those ad launched. So that's working. That's great. So let me knock this guy out. Let me see if I can remember everything. Provide a name or source and we'll analyze to optimize for. Okay, let's see how that works. Let's see. I know I should be skipping this, but let's see. I'm just curious. I know I should skip, but let's see what it captures based on looking at my site. Problem analyzing your site. Okay, let me put the slash in the back. Save. Burger. I misspelled my own site. Look at that. That's a shame. That's embarrassing. Okay, so let's see what it's got. It's saying so use auto targeting to I know I've learned from like my Google days of running ads and many friends running Facebook ads, never trust anything automated. So I'm going to dismiss that. I don't want to try that now. Who is my target audience? Location, recent or permanent Canada? I'm going to go United States. Let's try that. So I'll knock that off. Oh, and let's go with permanent location. So what I've learned, and this is similar to Facebook, I'm pretty sure it's where recent means people who are moving around, that are either traveling for work or kind of going from city to city. I don't want someone who spends some time in the United States, but they're spending the rest of their time elsewhere. I want folks who are living permanently there. So that's what that means. If I'm wrong, someone could definitely correct me. Your audience has in their profile set to English. Yeah. Who is your target audience? Do I have a buyer's group? Okay, so it's definitely business strategy software. No. So what I had was people in tech, cybersecurity. I did want to become a cybersecurity specialist once upon a time, and they definitely need to get their name out. That's a big crucial thing for them as well. And it's one of those jobs where it's based off the relationship. If you do a good job for company A, you got their whole system buttoned up and tightened up, but they also do work with company B. You don't want company B being a vulnerability, so they just kind of hop to company B and be like, hey, I did this for company A. If no one's doing this for you, let me set that up so that this whole pipeline between company A and B is well protected. So that's cybersecurity. I'm doing it in a nutshell. I'm not a pro, but it was a potential career I would have went into if it wasn't for digital marketing. And the main reason I didn't go to cybersecurity is You could get called at 2 a.m. for an emergency. And the way I sleep like a rock. I sleep like a log. There is nothing waking me up. So I already know that I'll be waking up at 5, getting ready for my morning routine, seeing emails, missed phone calls of alerts. Where were you? Why aren't you here? And it's not going to work for me. The topic is cool. It's very interesting, but it's just not going to fly for me. And then non-education software. So obviously, like people that are doing SaaS is going to be a big thing because they need to explain their product to people and let them know how beneficial it is for them. So IT operating software folks, I like just talking to people that could geek out on nerdy things. It's one of those things where the side of me I wish I went down a career path and just kind of delved into by doing computer science and all that stuff back in the day. I didn't. I went a different route. That was more engaging with people, more conversational, more relationship building. So I'll start with those two. Productivity software. No, as much as I like that stuff for my own fun stuff, not really a place I want to spend time with at first. Software development, supply chain management, training development software, storage backup recovery. That's another thing that to me is very important. It matches my values and importance. So I'm gonna go with that. Execute anybody at my company. That makes sense. Ad format's going to be video. URL tracking. Oh, I forgot this in the notes. So dynamic URL tracking parameters track performance of your ad set, and ads parameters will all apply. The full, I guess, ad account. Okay, I'm going to skip them. I have to come back to that, but yeah, this should be good enough. Whatever this is, UTM source, LinkedIn, account ID. That's more than enough for me. Yeah, no way LinkedIn Audience Network. I've learned that with Facebook and Google. That third-party stuff, I want nothing to do with it. Just give me the folks that are on the app, on their phone, or on the desktop within the actual stream, and nothing else. I don't want to end up in somebody's Outlook email. That ain't for me. Daily budget. Oof, okay. Can I set a lifetime budget? Okay, I know you go big or go home, but let's see. If I do some quick math, 20 times 7 is... Okay, you're not doing the math. 140 a week for... let's see, don't want to go that far. You know what? We'll just do $25 a day. Let's go with that. So $25 times 7 is 175 times 4, 700 a month. Runway 2100 is 328 for... Okay, I got like a good 6 months runway for if I keep with just this. Let's go with that. Let's go with $25 as a daily budget. Start date I will put later in the week. So in case I learn something different, I want to come in and edit it. I don't want it to just kind of run and have money going down the drain from there. Bidding option, maximum delivery, get the most result. I don't have enough data to do any manual bidding at this point, so I'm gonna have to go with maximum. So I guess with this, I'm definitely have to keep an eye on things when things launch in the first few hours, first few days to see, am I going over budget? Like, am I spending my entire $25 a day within the first hour, or is it able to stretch and get more? And I understand also, like, the more time you give it, the more it's able to learn of who's who and who wants to click on stuff. So I get that. Oh, conversions, it's no longer book to call. Okay, so what I need to do, so I'm gonna go to the site, is I need to create a new page. So this page is gonna be 5-minute intro. This is where I'm gonna host the video, so 5-minute video. So let's create that page. So again, if you're just hopping on, setting up a whole LinkedIn campaign for the first time to run ads to a particular page I'm gonna host a 5-minute video, almost like a sales video, just kind of explaining the services, the what I offer, the why you need it, how it solves this problem for you, and how our process works, and then explaining how to sign up and get started. So instead of doing like a long 1-hour call that we used to do back in the day with like a discovery call where you spend an hour, they may show up, they may not show up, then you're spending the entire time trying to rebook an hour call. And let's be honest, potential clients are busy. They got busy lives. They got a million things going through. If they're entrepreneurs, they're wearing multiple hats. The last thing I want to do is be another person sending them to a 1-hour call where I could recall it as discovery, as just a friendly chat, when we all know it's a sales call. Like, No one's new. Like no one was born yesterday. We've all been through this. They all know what it is. So let me get that page set up. So I'm going to use, let's just create from blank, and I'm just going to put a placeholder video. So I'm going to create a blank section, and I'm going to add, do I have a column in here? Let's add a column. Proper structure is crucial. Let's get a heading. I had some copy that I liked. So let me go back to the sales copy and go to the bottom. There was some copy here that I liked. That, yeah, watch the 5 minutes. So here's the landing page copy. So it looks like I did that already. Thank God I did my homework previously. So watch the 5-minute video, subheadline. So let's go to here. Let's add a subheadline, paste. That's a little small for font size. Let's bring that bad boy up to 22. Yep. And then it's just going to be email address. Oh no, I don't need the field. They're watching the video already. So let's watch the video, and then it'll be click here to sign up. Will be the button. So now underneath this, I'm going to add a video. I'll leave that for now. And then underneath that, I'll add a button that I put a copy for the button. Not send me the video. Yeah, get started. What do I have on my actual landing page? I'll book a call with Chris. No, I don't want that. I got to switch that up. Yeah, not get started. I'll just put get started for now. Let me switch this color around to match what I have here. So I'm going to use the red. Let's get the color picker. Boom, this red. Copy that. Let's go to here. Styles. Button color. Oh, sweet. I got my brand color saved. Sweet. Oh, it's the border color. Let me get to button appearance. Button style. Here we go. Button background color. Let's go with that. Link to payment page. Where is link to? Go to page. There we go. And then order form. Make sure that's the one I have. Yeah, order form. So that's where that's going to go to. And let's just title this Start Building Trust and Authority. So I'll get that in there. Font size at least 18. And font weight, let's go bold. Get that bad boy standing out. Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna just save this page, publish it, update, publish. Oh crap, so I made a huge mistake. This isn't the page I'm gonna send the video. I just realized I didn't choose. So this will be the video. I'm gonna save this page for when I use the lead generation or lead conversion option where they fill out the form on LinkedIn, and then I can get this done. What I wanna do is, I'm just gonna duplicate that page. Oh man, brain fart moment. Clone page within website. I just wanna get a form for them to put their name in. So then I could then send them the video. So now what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna create a form to where, let's create a add form, start from scratch. And the title I had is get the 5-minute video. So form, get 5-minute, I'll call it a sales video. It is what it is. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat it. Okay, so what I need is their name. Don't need last name, phone number, email is gonna be crucial. And I'm also gonna add in company name just to know. If they're gonna put it in, great. If they don't, that's fine. But it's at least so I know who I'm talking to. Do I have it here again? Organization, is that what I had as company name? Yeah. So I'll title this company name. And this I do not need. The first one I don't need. No, can I just delete that from there? Oh, TC1. Yeah, there we go. So let me take this. Yeah, okay, this works. So this one I need. This is to allow people to say, this is essentially allowing them confirming that they allow me to send them a text message. So that's going to be crucial there. Privacy, terms of policy, cool. Let's swap this button color around real quick. Let's go to colors. I don't want the green. No, I got that there. Paste. Get the 5-minute. Let me just put it in all caps. Get the 5-minute video. And let's just bold that. I like the text being bolded. 800 and size 18. So the reason I like size 18 for buttons, it just helps with visual. It's helps with accessibility. Granted, I should adjust the fonts for all these other things as well, but that is fine. So I'm going to save that, and I'll just leave email notification. I'll just send myself an email notification for the time being. Someone wants a 5-minute video explanation of EIS. Email to C. Chris at Burger Gelato. Send form submission as PDF. No, that's right. Save. I'm going to save that again. So now when somebody fills this form, I'm going to get notified. I'll put some automations later in the background, but let me get back to the website. So I'm going to plug that in. 5-minute video. And let's title this. I'll title that after. So yeah, get the 5-minute video. I'm going to swap this for a form. To a form. Let's drop that in there. Select my form. It was titled 5. There we go. Get 5-minute sales video. Boom. Let me get rid of this button. Get the 5-minute video. Save. Let me publish this page. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. This is like the tech stuff. You got to do it. And I'm just gonna edit the information for this video. Get 5-minute intro video. And I'll put get 5-minute video. Let's remove these guys. Update page. Great. So now I could go back to LinkedIn's ad campaign manager and put that in there. So now what I need to do is create a new conversion. Let's go with the insights tag. Conversion is name request 5-minute video. Category conversion, upper funnel, yeah. Video, register event, key page, mid funnel, sign up. I'll put start trial, becoming a lead, book appointment, fill out contact form. Dynamic value, I'll put a value of, let's go with 5,000 at this point. And clicks 90 days, last touch, yeah, cool. Next, website action. Do I have one in here? How much time will I need to invest? No. Book a call with Chris. No. Manual conversion step. Page load. Event specific. Use the image pixel. Oh, man. I didn't. How did I do that again? Use LinkedIn's new website. Oh man, I forgot how I did that. To create data website action. So let me go back. Let me clone this tab. And then again, doing this in real time, learning on the way. You're watching me go through this. If you've done this a million times and you're watching me struggle here, I'm sorry. So website actions and then create conversion. No, last touch. Where did I go to do? No, this has to be the path. Conversions API. Let me go back and just keep going forward. Create conversion website actions. Try it now. Okay, no. Buttons, pages. No, so let's go to previous step. In next step. So here we got manual conversion, tag manager. Oh man, I hate that I'm struggling here right now. Let's Create conversion, insight tag conversion. Okay, let's do good old Google. Create new conversion event, button, click, form fill. Event, cool, LinkedIn sites, campaign manager, analyze, then conversion, create conversion button. So go to your ad campaign, click analyze. And then this one says, or measurement, yeah, conversion tracking. Then click conversion tracking, yep. Then click create conversion, online conversion. There's no online conversion. Name, form fill, define the conversion method, website action, result for, choose your domain, click the buttons, clicks. Okay, let's just keep moving forward and see what this does. So website actions, buttons. There is no. Oh, okay, let me go back and cancel. And let me put the website page. I didn't set the URL of where to send people to. So I think that's what I'm missing here is I didn't send the direction of where I want people to go. And is that because I'm doing a video? Would this allow me? So you know what? Let me do video. Let me get the URL of the new page. So that's get 5-minute video. And then let me put that at the top. No. Okay, I'm missing something here. Yep. Audience is set. New ad set. Video. This is the whole thing about learning live in public. So let me just go here to the comments. I completely missed that. What's going on, brother? Bryce. Nice to see you. So I'm essentially setting up some ads for LinkedIn for the business. So the business is where I record videos for, so I help experts and I'm gonna struggle here. I'm having a rough day with this morning. So essentially I record experts and help them create content through video without them burning out, without them needing to figure out what content to create, and without them having to dance on TikTok. So now the focus here is I'm setting up an ad campaign for LinkedIn, and I'm just kind of blocked here at trying to get the conversion button to click to get that set up on the new page that I created. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna do save and exit. I'm gonna come back to that. So now I'm looking at data, signals manager. Yeah, conversion tracking, inactive. No, not conversion API. Let me read through the rest of this and see how this is going. So I'm just trying to get this thing connected. Event specific, so manual conversion setup, event specific. What was not asset, lead generation form, landing pages? No, I don't want to create a landing page. So, okay, let's try this again. Website actions. I don't want a page visit. If I click on this, where can I go? So you know what? I think I'm just gonna have to watch a video to see how to get that set up, because this is a terrible block to be at. Like oh, did I select filling out contact form? Use dynamic value, last touch. Okay, next, let's see where that goes. Select the data source. I don't have any of these set up. No, I don't have tag manager. Do I have direct API in high level set up? No. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Upper funnel. Okay, so I'm gonna do this the old fashioned way, and I'm just gonna create a thank you page. So that I'm gonna go here. Thank you, 5-minute video, and call this THX 5-min video request. New page. This will just be a whole lot simpler and easier. That's the page they got to visit, and that should trigger a thank you page. So now where'd that page go? Did I not just create this page? What type of glitch is going on? Thank you. There you go. Thank you, 5-minute video. So I'm just going to create a quick thank you page for what the heck's going on here? That's a terrible glitch. So let's go back to sites, websites. Let's pull this up. Thank you video, edit to new tab. So again, I'm just going to create a quick thank you page. So let's do that. Let's add a column. Let's add a header. Thank you for requesting a video. And I will record one and send it out to you in the next 24 to 48 hours. Cool. Let's make that font size 22. Let's bold that guy. Simple, to the point. Can I get a photo of me? No, let's just leave that as is. Let me copy this. Okay, so let's go back to LinkedIn and let's try this as page view. Key page view, use dynamic, next. No, oh, I don't want dynamic. Use the same value. Let's go with 5,000 clicks, last touch, next step. So you know what? I'm just gonna go back to website actions, create conversion. This was, am I doing the same thing twice? Okay, yeah, here we go. Manual action, conversion, pages. Can this page exist? No. So let's do a manual conversion setup. Page load, enter URL. Here we go. So page load equals, let's go, it starts with, perfect, next step. Sweet, so that is done. So I'm gonna create that. And I just gotta edit the name of that conversion that I just created. So website actions, yeah, it's called 1 p.m. That's not a good name at all. That is a terrible name. No, that ain't it. So you know what? Let me just do that again and properly name this. Conversions 22. Okay, so let's go back to the plan that's being built. So we're here and let's find, not the account settings. Man, I completely forgot where this is. Advertise. Got it. Website conversions. Got it. So let's go back to here. Let's edit. So again, just here setting up the ad campaign. So I got that set. Not burger gelato. The audience, did it get? Yeah, United States. We're good. We're good. Daily budget. Yeah, not happening. Not happening. That is not the daily budget. 25. Good thing I'm rereading things. And here we go. This is the conversion, unverified. No activity has been monitored. Cool. So let me go next. Okay, so that target audience size is quite large, but let's just get the ads done. So let's create a new ad. And let me just call this video 1. So again, this was here in my notes where I have the LinkedIn ad, video 1, video 2, variation 2, the authority builder. Let's keep it the same name so I know what this is for future references. Video 2, the authority builder. Introductory text, let me pull that through. So I got the post copy here. Copy, let's paste that bad boy in. Let's delete that M dash. Things are looking good, makes sense. Sweet. Add video, so let's upload a video, the video I just recorded. So I'm going to upload the
Hot
hard copy
take.
version
You
here.
don't need to spend 10 hours.
So let's do that and let's see what that looks like. Okay, so you know what? I'm not going to upload the hard copy. Let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. Add to library. And I'll also upload the one without the hard copy, but I'll add the subtitles. And I'll be able to, I'm just curious to see what that looks like when they both play out. So yeah, so again, that's being uploaded. Let's upload the second one. So this one here was the final copy. Let's upload that. Let's upload a caption file. We got the SRT there. Let's add that bad boy to library. And I forget if LinkedIn does the whole thing where it has to like approve the video. If it does, I'll just in next week's stream, I'll just show you what the results look like with some of the impressions that we're getting. But the whole goal here is just want to get things set up, get things put out. So if I could click on select an asset, must finish. Let me unselect that one. So let's go with the hard caption one first. And that one's got the CCA. Okay. Let's go with the hard caption one first. So we'll select that one. Destination URL. Let's bring that back in there. Get the 5-minute video. Let me make sure that is still the right URL. Yeah, with the form that's there. And the headline for this one. So what's the preview looking like? Yeah, call to action, apply, learn more, sign up, register, join. Learn more is lame, but it's the one that makes the most sense. And headline, did I put a headline for this one? So you know what? Yeah, headline. As far as 5 hours a month to build thought leadership. So let me go back to here. And let me put that headline in. Sweet. And what's this preview looking like? Let's see, mobile feed. I'm not seeing anything yet. So let's go to, let me make sure there's no extra space at the bottom. Okay, so let's go to save ad. Okay, so now if I click on this again, will it allow me to just kind of view a demo? What it look? Okay, it's not. You know, let me shut off my privacy blockers and refresh this page. Maybe that's what's blocking it. I'm not sure. But again, it's a learning moment. I'm doing this in front of everybody. And I also got to add a billing thing to my account. So that's also going to be needed too. So okay, so that's what it can look like. Hot take, you don't need to spend 10 hours a week on content to build authority in your space. And there's a video, there's the captions.
You don't need to spend 10 hours a week on
Sweet, oh man, I got my 2x speed thing going. Let me just kind of pull that
to
off.
build authority in your space.
So that's what that looks like with the hard-coded captions. Let me try the same thing again. Can I just duplicate? Yeah, and let me try using the one that is with the caption, so it's not hard-coded. And let me do that variation 2, the 1 hour. Let me go CC enabled. Just for the test, everything's the same. Save ad. Okay, so let's kind of view what that looks like with closed caption enabled.
You don't need to spend 10 hours a week on content to build authority in your space.
Yeah, I'm keeping I'm keeping the hard-coded one. The purple pops out more. It's a whole lot better. That like dark gray background's kind of lame and dull. So I'm gonna chuck that to the bin. So I got that set. Manage ads, review launch. Let me go back to the website conversion part because it's got like 4 million test audience, and I think I may want to narrow this down more. US is kind of large. Let me narrow this down to, you got Washington State. Let me go with the people in the same time zone as me, so that'll make things a little bit easier. Oregon. Oh yeah, the E. Is Utah in the same region? Let's use a map. Idaho. Oh, Oregon's not even close. Where did I get Oregon from? No, Oregon is, yeah, right there at the bottom. So Oregon, so I'm gonna do Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and let's do Nevada. Let's see how much that gives. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, good old Idaho potatoes. Now we're at 210,000, and let's add in good old Nevada. Let's see this number jump through the roof. 240,000. Okay. And if I had Los Angeles? Okay, I mean California. What's that gonna jump to? Huh. Okay, because for the audience, so I'm looking 31% people in technology. If I take them out, Okay. You know what? Let's start with yeah, let's start with, let me see, California as a whole. You know what? Let's put them in. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Perfect. So I'm gonna save. Oh crap! I did save and exit. Mistake again. Edit and launch. So now I just need to go to the final step to review everything. So here it is going to be website conversions, LinkedIn enabled, LinkedIn audience network disabled, $25, not $200 a day. I am not rolling in dough like that. This will start on the 25th, which if I recall correctly is a Wednesday. And then this is the ad. So there's the copy, the video. I got to add my payment method. So let me move this to another screen, add my payment method. I'm not going to do that live on stream. That's going to be a little wild. So you know what? Let me just pop my face back into the screen, and I'm just going to add my payment method in to LinkedIn. So I'm going to put that in, business name. I'm going to put my name, region, country I'm in. Let's go. Again, I'm going to double check I'm not streaming this. I do not want to put my credit card information on blast. That would be very embarrassing. Let's get that. Province, BC. Boom. Okay, so I got basic information in, save and continue. Yeah, the suggested fixed. Okay, good. Still not showing my data. Okay, so that was save and continue. Why is this? Okay, it's frozen. There we go. Payment method. Let me get the, oh, I didn't bring the business credit card out. Okay, I'll use mine temporarily and then put the business credit card in. Sweet. I got no coupon, unfortunately. Let's save and continue. There's gonna be some sort of verification check for the payment method. Let's see. Save. Yeah, PST, GST, no number for now. Okay, so add. Let me save it next. Let me go back to sharing my screen now that that's payment methods put through. Okay, so I add a payment method. Let's look at the ad, edit and launch. Am I gonna get the same message saying payment method needed? So I'm gonna scroll to the bottom, payment method put in, got that, 25th. Let's launch. Launch the ad set. Sweet, so in 24 to 48 hours, I should know. Okay, so time's definitely coming to an end. So let me close things up. So that's everything for this week. I did get, so as you saw in this week, I recorded a video live on my phone, a video ad. I took the script from my phone, put it into a software called PromptSmart. That through the cloud, put it onto my phone, and through my phone, I was able to record by just kind of moving the transcript as a teleprompter on my phone. And then took that video, sent it back to the laptop, showed you how I edited the video within Descript to kind of remove some of the pauses and some of the mistakes and double takes that I've made, and then uploaded things to LinkedIn Ads Manager, created a campaign, started a campaign from scratch. I do need to go back in later in the week to just double check the conversion. I don't like seeing the conversion as just people viewed the thank you page. Really want to get to when they click that button of filling out their form. Other things that was achieved today was I had to create a page for the form to create the form, create a landing page for the form people to fill out. I created a landing page for people to watch the video. So I gotta then create another, later on in my own time, I gotta create a video to put there as a placeholder. And other things that were achieved was, that's pretty much everything that got achieved. I still need to achieve the things from last week's goal, where I need to edit the live stream from week 1 to kind of get the shorts and the short snippets out. I need to record videos for my own content itself. I need to focus on engaging and posting on LinkedIn. I didn't get a chance last week. I was coming over a cold, which I'm at the fourth quarter really beating it right now. And I didn't get to create any ad graphics for any single image ad, just got the video thing done. So I'm hoping for getting all of that done and my goals that I have for this week leading ahead. And hopefully next week when I pop on a live stream, we can see some data and some stats that are pulling in through LinkedIn's ads campaign manager. And hopefully things are looking good. Other than that, I thank you for watching this. If you watched it through the end, I really appreciate it. If you hopped in and watched the recap, again, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be right here with me. I appreciate that. Follow me again on the journey. Next week, I will have the landing page for the newsletter to follow along. So that's gonna be coming through. If you want to check it out now, just go to, let me put that on the screen as a quick banner. That's gonna be, if you visit thelatham.net, let me add that. Yeah, so if you visit thelatham.net, you can sign up early to a newsletter. I think I have one welcome sequence that comes up, but I'll be doing that more frequently, sharing the updates, the failures, and everything that's happening on this building in public project. I'm going to call it an end. You have an awesome rest of the day. If you got some sunshine, go out there and get it. If you're able to touch grass, get your feet into the grass. And if you're in snow, still go outside. The fresh air is good for you. I've been there, I've gotten away from it, but just get some fresh air for your sanity, for your mental health, and just for enjoyment of life. Other than that, you guys have an awesome rest of the day. Ciao. Boom, 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 boom.